Traders, welcome back to our price action trading lesson. We're looking at S&P 500 and many futures. And in this video, we're going to talk about how we can use price action rules to help us navigate the market better so we understand where the market is heading and where we can enter trading opportunities. So today, market once again started with a very volatile overnight session. So once I'm watching this and I can see that the bars are gigantic, I have to once again, just like in our last video, scale down the number of contracts. You maybe go and trade micros, or you can just sit on the sidelines and sim trade it to get the experience, because market is still super volatile, the market is still chaotic. However, the price action rules are still the same. If you learn the price action rules, you can still navigate the market correctly and stay on the right side of the market. And what do I mean by this? Let's take a look at this downtrend right now, because the stock market right now is about to open and we have trend working lower. This is nice downtrend working lower. I'm using the market geometry right now to help me predict that the trend is bearish. So we have a spike down and a channel pattern. So when I'm watching a structure like this, I have a spike and a channel pattern. I'm thinking about short opportunities. I want to see second entry short at the EMA. Okay, so we have a new low. I'm using the counting technique. Every single time there's a new extreme, I have to reset the count. New low, mini first entry short, pull back, and now we have second entry short. But when I'm watching this live, as you can see, we can even see now we're not full at the EMA. We're not full at the EMA. We want to see second entry short at the EMA because there's still a little gap, and this can signal the market can correct. Now when the trend is strong, it can work, but we need at least tail touching it. Okay, we were close, but market continued to go lower. Okay, so we have a break-in extreme, but market keeps trending lower and the move looks quite seamless. You can see you can't even break above the EMA. It still looks like a one push down. So once I can see continuous EMA rejections, once I can see that the push down looks quite seamless, I'm gonna take a look if I can draw some wider channel. Hold on, what about this? And hold on, what about this? This looks actually pretty good because I'm getting still a lot of confirmations here and here. It aligns with the EMA. So because the trend down is so seamless and the push overall looks quite bearish, I'm still gonna redraw to slightly wider channel because the entire structure has not been distorted. Okay, so the trend down is still in play. You have a, once again, counting technique, first entry short. So I want to see second entry short at the EMA. Now we have technically second entry short again, but I have to sell below this bar. This is a terrible bar to sell below. This is bullish doji. I can't sell below this bar. So if you have a better bar on your chart, you can sell this second entry short. But on my chart, I have a terrible bar. I can't use this signal bar for entry. And downtrend played out with a break, push to a new extreme. So I'm going to mark new low. We have a break, new low, which means according to trendline rules, I have to pause looking to go short because the new low was tested. The downtrend is over and I can expect correction or reversal. Okay, so right now I'm just going to wait to see what's going to happen. And market keeps going higher and we have significant spike working higher. So when I'm watching this, I know that I have to once again look for a channel. There's always a channel and key entry point present on the chart. You never want to have these candles without a pattern. So on the way down, I was looking for a second entry short at the key entry point because I'm following the downtrend. Now because the downtrend played out with the break new low and I have reversal and I have a once again spike and a channel pattern, you can see the market geometry, how nice that these candles are fitting inside this channel. I'm looking for second entry long at the EMA. I want to see two-legged pullback at the EMA, but I'm forced to reset the count every single time because market just keeps going higher. Only first entries. You can see market just keeps pushing only first entries. So no way for me to enter, unfortunately. Now you may think, what's wrong with taking first entry? It ended up working nicely. Well, next time you will take it, you're going to get trapped because market is going to correct stronger. So when you're watching this after the fact, it makes sense, but you need to have a strategy and rules that you can rely on when watching this live. And these rules put odds on your side. And taking first entry works now, but next time it may fail, so you have to be careful. I have minor overshoot. I have to redraw the short-term downtrend. Every single time there's a trend, there are also many corrections. First entry long, we have a second entry long, but it's below EMA, so I'm not interested taking setup below EMA. Even though I expect new high according to trendline rules, I'm still using the same trendline rules, and I expect market going higher because this was such a clean and strong uptrend. Chances are super high that we're going to test the new high, but I need the push above EMA. That's the sign that the correction is over and I want to see high low or for second entry short. We can't get a setup above EMA. You have a high low here, but it's a horrible bearish doji. I cannot take it even though it ended up working. So then I was thinking we may get a full second entry short, which you have here, but of course you cannot go long this far from the EMA. Okay, nothing here. Market is back below EMA. So when I'm watching this, I still expect new high. This was a very strong push up. Unlikely that the new high won't be tested. So I can see that EMA is going sideways and we have some potential consolidation. Okay, so I'm going to combine more patterns together. Okay, in price action, the more patterns I have, the better. So this strong uptrend still needs new high. So we have correction working lower. I'm actually thinking about breaking new low and then taking a setup above EMA to test the new high. This is my thought process, because once again, I cannot go long just yet below EMA. What if this downtrend is going to get new low? And market ended up not offering failed second entry short and just working higher. Okay, you can see we have massive spike in volatility. The news came out about tariffs, so it created super volatile price action. Now, when I'm watching this, what do I do in a situation like this? I have a break and I have pushed to a new extreme. Well, this is such a significant uptrend and push up that it feels like there is a brand new uptrend on its own. But you have to have good pattern and good channel so you can trust your trading abilities. Okay, you cannot be winging it. You need to understand what is the structure, which is bullish, but you also need to have good channel. So once I can see such a strong continuation of the uptrend even after new high, it's likely there is some different channel, additional bullish channel. If I'm going to draw a big channel, however, even this secondary channel just as overshoot, and this is simply too broad, so this one doesn't fit that well. It's a little bit too steep, so when I'm watching this, I'm just being patient because market is just simply too distorted and I want a little bit more information to work with. I want cleaner and more structured market geometry. And there is no setup anyway, just for entries. Market keeps working higher and the market completely reverses all the way down. I'm going through this quickly because there's no setup anyway. And when you're watching this live, you can't really even enter because this was such a sharp spike in volatility that you can't really draw any channel with confidence. And once we have such a deep retracement like this, okay, there ended up being a channel like this with a break, push to a new extreme. So I'm going to mark break and a new high. So we have break and new high, uptrend played out. And because we retrace so much now, I have to right now explain this push down, which means I have to locate a channel. And if I'm going to start at the very top here and I'm going to draw it like this, I have a break, I have a break, I have a break. So once this is happening, once you keep getting small breaks, but the market keeps going lower, there's a spike and a channel pattern. Okay, spike down into secondary, spike and a channel pattern, something like this. You don't have to be perfect, you have to be close. Spike and a channel is quite structured, fits quite well. It's actually quite similar to the spike channel pattern we had at the start of today's session. So we have bearish trend down. The bias is bearish. So you already know what you're looking for. You're looking for a high volatility setup at the EMA, second entry short at the EMA. Resetting the count, new low for his entry short. I have a second entry short. Can I take this second entry short? It's at the EMA, correct? But it's an inside bar and the signal bar is not great. There's a tail at the bottom, but it is an inside bar and we don't like inside bars, so I have to be careful. I'm skipping this. It's an inside bar and the signal bar is weak. The local pattern is not great, it doesn't follow the rules. So I want to see a lower high confirmation setup. Okay, we push higher, but the downtrend still needs to get new low. So I'm still not giving up on the new extreme yet. Is there a break above these bars? Highs? No. No for a central long, no nothing. And market graded push to new extreme. Okay. So downtrend played out. So far, not too many setups, but market is moving super fast. This is all happening quickly, so you don't have to be frustrated just yet. There is still plenty of setups available in the future. Market was super volatile today. Once again, downtrend played out. So everything on my chart right now played out. So this is most likely going to be area of development. So let's see what's going to happen. Am I looking for setups in this? Not really, because everything played out and I don't want to be gambling. Since there is no big trending structure, I'm mainly going to follow the most recent trends. So if I get a second entry long at the EMA, I will take it because this uptrend needs new high. So I'm just going to follow the short-term trend line rule. Channels need to get new extreme. First entry long only. Market reverse down. Okay, nothing much here I can trust because there's no pattern established. We're back above EMA like this. We draw spike and channel pattern. New high here, first entry long. Can I get a second entry long? No second entry long. Breaking new high. After breaking new high here, I can see the market keeps working here. By the way, you can see you're going sideways now. You have consistent pricing up and down, and there is no trending structure. So once I can see a structure like this, I'm not too worried about the super big context. I just have to follow the most recent trends because the overall structure is sideways now. Our spike and a channel played out with the break new high, but I can see prices working higher, so I'm going to draw a little bit wider channel. Something like this. But I have overshoot, so I can expect stronger correction in the opposite direction. Can I take a second entry long? I cannot, because I have overshoot. After overshoot, we have to skip the very first second entry. You can also saw me drawing slightly wider channel. If there is no overshoot, I'm going to draw a channel tight like this, but this trend line doesn't have third swing confirmation. There's likely to be an overshoot. This is such a spike breaking the trend channel line. I have to skip this. Okay. You have congestion area now. It's tempting to go long here, but you know, it's congested. You have a downtrend, break, new extreme, correction played out. You broke the trend line, so expect new high to be tested. But you have 10 bars staying next to each other. You have congestion. So not the greatest setup, unfortunately. Breaking new high, this uptrend played out. And we have reversal working lower. So I'm going to redraw brand new downtrend, uptrend played out. So you can see how helpful it is to understand that there is always a channel present and you want to follow the trend line rule. Okay, we're drawing these channels tight because we are in a consolidation now. There is no trending structure, so we expect market to pivot quickly. Only here, if we can see channel being a little bit stronger, I can draw it wider because right after breaking new high, we keep working higher. But now we have a reversal. I'm going to draw once again tight leg, and I want to see second entry short at the EMA. I want to see second entry short at the EMA, new low, first entry short, pullback. Can I get a second entry short? This downtrend needs to get new extreme using the price action. Gigantic entry, 37 points big. We can't enter here, and market keeps working lower, creating the push to new extreme. So downtrend played out. Okay, I'm going to draw channel like this because the downtrend played out. We have micro double top here, uptrend almost played out, so I can't take anything. We're below EMA, quite congestion. Okay, we're just going sideways. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna redraw downtrend working lower, something like this. Okay, back above the EMA. I'm gonna adjust the downtrend a little bit tighter because I can see we're reversing above EMA. We're just whipsawing up and down. We don't have no good trades here. Okay, uptrend breaking new high. Market is reversing lower here. I don't see no good trade here. You sort of have new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. But you have one leg down, break, second leg down. So only now you get the information that the downtrend is wider. You have a new first entry short, second entry short. This is a tempting trade. Second entry short at the EMA following the trend line rule. Almost great trade, but the signal bar is a little bit sketchy. If there is not a significant tail, we can go short. Second entry short, downtrend is new low. But the tail is quite sketchy. Can I get a lower high confirmation setup? I have, but there is no trigger. There is no break below this bar, so I can't go short because the lower high didn't trigger. And the felt second entry long didn't trigger as well. Actually, when I was watching this live today, my bars were a little bit different. I had issues with data today. My Ninja Trader froze many times. I had to keep reloading the data, so I assume most of you had issues as well. So the bars were a little bit sketchy today. So this review that we're doing in hindsight, some of these setups were a little bit different. Watching this live, some of these setups were enterable. I remember the lower high actually had trigger when I was watching this live and the setup worked, but now I can't really take it. But hopefully it makes sense, and hopefully you know why you're thinking about these setups, because the downtrend is new low. Downtrend played out, new extreme here, new extreme here. Now I can definitely draw this trend range because we're just going sideways, consistent price swings up and down. We are in a big consolidation. So we're just following these short-term channels. I'm going to redraw the short-term uptrend. Break. Push to new high with a second entry long, but we just have a break in new high. So I can't take it because uptrend played out with the break. And push to new extreme. Okay, market is reversing lower. I'm going to draw downtrend like this. I'm thinking about second entry short at the EMA. Just like here, new low, first entry or second entry short, but the uptrend is in play. So I can't take it. Can I get double trap? And we have double trap. New low, first entry short, second entry short failure, and a double trap. Because double trap stopped both first entry short and a second entry short. And everyone who went long on a failed second entry short while the downtrend is in play. And this is great hyper setup. Let me mark it with the arrow. Double trap right here. Because the downtrend needs to get new extreme. And uptrend played out with the break. Push to new high. Yo, break. Push to new extreme. Another significant spike up. Significant spike down. So I'm just following these short-term channels. New low first entry short only. We're spiking back above EMA. Nothing I can take pretty much. Okay. We have a spike up. Break, push to new high, but we keep pushing higher. We keep pushing higher. The market keeps pushing higher, and we keep pushing higher again, and we keep pushing higher again. And you can see how consistently EMA keeps rejecting. This has nice market geometry. So why after breaking new high, we keep working higher. So now I'm going to take a look at the beginning of this move, and I'm going to connect all of these swings, and I can see that we have actually decent wider uptrend. It aligns with the EMA. I have confirmations here, confirmations here. Another push up. So I have to find a reason why prices are still so bullish. New high first entry long, pull back second entry long, but the downtrend is still in play. You can see I have to draw the short-term channels. It visually looks like a one leg working lower. And now we have double trap. Actually, a repeat pattern of what happened here. Okay, you can see once you have a second entry inside of the short-term channel, you skip it because the downtrend is in play. But now you have a break, push to new extreme, and now you have double trap to the upside. It's above EMA, and this uptrend is new high, and this is great hyper setup because the downtrend played out and the uptrend needs to get new extreme. 2 legs down, also the visual looks like a 2-leg pullback. Can I get a high low? Almost here, but there is no break above this bar. There is no trigger, so I can't take high low. There is no high low just yet. It never triggered. And we have pushed to a new extreme. So uptrend played out. Uptrend played out, and I'm pausing, looking to go long. Okay. We have additional push back above EMA, and when I took a look at 10,000 tick chart, it looked like there's a spike and a channel in play. So I can redraw it now that I can see market is reacting a little bit differently. But we already have a break in new high anyway, and market is reversing down. So uptrend played out, broad break, push to new high. You have a reversal working lower. I'm going to redraw the short-term uptrend. Nothing here. Breaking new high. We can't take anything. Pretty much no trade zone, super sideways. This channel is almost tested with new low, but not fully. So you just have to wait. No clean bias established. Okay, market keeps working lower. So when I'm watching this, I'm going to redraw why the downtrend, because why after this first leg down, we have push down, why market keeps going lower. So I'm going to use market geometry to connect the swings off of these highs. You can see how nicely the geometry allows me to draw the downtrend. A lot of lower highs and low lows. I'm going to redraw the uptrend. Okay, now we have a break over the downtrend, so I expect new low. I want to see first entry long and a second entry long further below EMA. You have a felt second entry long here, but it first broke above EMA. It didn't even trigger. There is not even a trigger. But now I have lower high confirmation setup of the felt second entry long. This is a decent setup. We can consider a lower high confirmation setup of the felt second entry long. Downtrend is new low. Work for a scalp, almost new low. But we had additional pushback up. We're back below EMA. I still expect new low because this retracement is too big. Can I get a second entry short at the EMA? No second entry short, and now the market is about to close because it's getting too late. So this is the overall structure for today. It was once again super volatile price action. So some of these setups we are marking, we're mainly marking them educational wise, because when you're watching this live, it's very hard to catch it. The bars are fairly big. Price action rules are still very predictable though. This entire area, you have to be a little bit careful, but still there's every single time a channel with the breaking extreme. And here, once you can see no trending market, just pure sideways price action, follow the short-term channels. So predictable price action, but not that many great setups. It's hard to catch those. So volatility is still super high. Once again, you have to be very careful to scale down, go to micros, because these bars are gigantic. You have to increase the target profit, okay, because the stops are much bigger, so you have to increase your target profit. You cannot be scalping for 8 to 10 ticks, because if you're going to take a loss, you need to make sure you're going to offset it with a good target profit. If you don't feel comfortable trading this, and if you're not taking setups, that's okay, because this is very unusual, especially if you're a novice trader. This must be super difficult if you're a novice trader, because everything is moving so fast. You don't have much time to react, but you still want to get the experience. Still get in here, trade it, maybe on sim, because you still want to get the experience. You need to get as much experience as you can, because it will be helpful in the future. So even though you may not feel too encouraged to be trading this, still you should get the experience. Trade a day so you can get the experience, what it's like to be trading this live. When you're watching this, everything is moving super fast, so you are prepared for the future. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you had a good trading day. I'm gonna talk to you next time. Good luck your trading.